Glocon, may tanong ako sa'yo.
Ano yung tanong mo?
Sa tingin mo ba, mabuti kang tao o masama?
Bakit parang ang dami namang levels ng tanong mo? Hindi ko masasagot yan. Ikaw ba, ano sa tingin mo?
Actually, parang mahirap nga. Eh,
Sige.
teka, asan ba yung kuya mo? Si Plato?
Hindi ko rin alam, feeling ko siya makakasagot
Hello!
ng tanong mo.
Hello!
Ayun!
Sorry guys! Sorry guys, na late ako. Ano bang pinag-uusapan
Hi!
nyo?
Oo, ikaw pala yan, Plato. Tinatanong ko lang si Glocon why people act justly. Is it because it's what's right? Or because it's a convention that's enforced through punishment and reward?
At sabi ko nga kay Socrates, may dahilan lang kung bakit nag-a-act justly ang isang tao. People act justly or they only practice justice because they don't have the power to do wrong without facing consequences. To prove my point more, ganito kasi yan. Naturally, kapag nanlalamang ka ng tao, may feeling of satisfaction ka nakukuha since you got what you want regardless if considered ba yun as morally right or hindi. In short, people think acting unfairly feels good kasi nga nakukuha mo talaga kung anong gusto mo. On the flip side, hindi rin naman natin gusto kapag tayo naman yung nasa posisyon kung saan nadedehado tayo or nalalamangan. Aminin man natin o hindi, mas lamang yung negative feelings na rooted sa being treated unfairly kumpara sa positive feelings ng pagiging unfair, kaya sometimes people don't feel guilty after doing something unjust, pero kapag dumating na sa instance wherein sila naman ang nanliliit, madalas na lumalabas yung mga iba't ibang reklamo ng tao. As individuals experience both situations, they recognize they cannot always avoid unfair treatment or act unfairly themselves. Kumbaga, inevitable talaga ang pagiging unfair at pagkaranas ng unfair treatment. Dahil dito, nagkakaroon ng mutual agreement kung saan iniiwasan ang paggawa ng unfair actions nang sa gayon ay maiwasan ang negative feelings from being treated unfairly. Sa mutual agreement na to nagmumula o nalilikha ang iba't ibang laws o batas na katanggap-tanggap o pantay-pantay sa tingin ng mga tao sa isang komunidad. After ng pinaka-origin ng laws, dumako naman tayo sa origin ng justice. Ang justice o hustisya sa madaling salita ay nagsisilbing middle ground ng dalawang extremes. Ano yung dalawang extremes? Ang ability to commit injustice without punishment at the experience of suffering injustice without the power to retaliate. Kumbaga, nagkakaroon tayo ng hustisya, ng konsepto ng hustisya dahil kailangan natin ng magbabalanse sa abilidad ng tao na gumawa ng kasamaan ng walang parusa at sa pagkaranas ng paghihirap ng walang kakayahang ipaglaban ng sarili. Sa kabilang dako, tumungo naman tayo sa nature of justice. Sabi nga kanina, justice is positioned as a middle ground. Kumbaga, hindi ito itinuturing na likas na mabuti, bagkus ito ay kinoconsider na lesser evil. If people had the power to always get away with doing wrong, they'd be foolish to accept limits. Tinatanggap lang ng tao ang konsepto ng hustisya dahil wala siyang kakayahan na gumawa ng masama nang walang hinaharap na parusa. People naturally follow their own self-interest and only act justly because the law forces them to.
To give more background sa explanation mo, Glocon, let's give an example at gamitin natin ang story ng The Ring of Gyges. According sa story, si Gyges ay isang shepherd na nagtatrabaho sa King of Lydia. Then one day, nagkaroon ng malakas na storm and an earthquake opened a crack in the ground kung saan si Gyges ay binabantayan yung mga tupa niya. Curious, he climbed down into the opening and found a large, hollow bronze horse with doors. So nung binuksan niya yung door na yon, he saw a giant dead body, bigger than any normal person. The only thing on the body was a gold ring. At kinuha to ni Gyges. Then kinabukasan, mayroong meeting ang mga shepherds about their flocks para i-report sa king. So kasama dito si Gyges. While sitting with the other shepherds, he accidentally turned the ring on his finger. So yung stone sa singsing is facing inward na. And suddenly, he became invisible. Then, tinry naman ni Gyges na i-turn pabalik yung singsing, making himself visible again. He tested this several times and found that every time he turned the stone inward, he became invisible. And when he turned it outward, he became visible again. With this newfound power, Gyges planned to use it for his advantage. Therefore, he arranged to be sent to the king's court kung saan sineduce niya yung queen, and with her help, nagplan sila na i-murder yung king para makuha ni Gyges ang trono. Now, para mas maintindihan natin, let's look at how society views justice, injustice, and law. Justice refers to the fair treatment of individuals and the protection of their rights within a society. It involves upholding principles of fairness, equality, and accountability. On the other hand, injustice naman ang kabaliktaran ng justice. It represents the violation or denial of rights and laws. This can manifest in various forms such as discrimination, corruption, or abuse of power. Lastly, laws, which are formal rules and regulations established by a governing body to maintain order and protect the rights of individuals.
Ayan, nagigets ko kayong dalawa. At para ma-explain pa natin siya ng mas malalim, let's use an example scenario related to the story of the Ring of Gyges. Think of two individuals, one unjust and one just, both wearing magical rings, granting them the power to act without consequences. Malamang sa malamang, syempre, since may power na silang ganyan, both would likely engage in unjust behavior, which would fortify the fact that people act justly just because of the existence of laws and regulations, hindi dahil pinaniniwalaan talaga nila ang justice as a belief. Additionally, unjust actions are commonly viewed as more beneficial by society. An unjust person who refrains from wrongdoing might be considered foolish, as others may secretly admire their ability to exploit their power. So para mas maintindihan ng maigi ang distinction between a just and unjust person, we should examine each individual in isolation, free from external influences. An unjust person is skilled, cunning, and manages to maintain a facade of justice, using their abilities to manipulate situations for personal gain. Kaya siya nakikita as beneficial, because an unjust person is driven by one's selfishness, leading to exploitation just for their personal gain. Meanwhile, a just person is noble and seeks to do good for its own sake, but is unjustly perceived as the worst despite their true character. When these two individuals are placed in the real-life setting, however, the unjust person enjoys societal power, wealth, and influence, often seen as just and benefiting from their position. In contrast, the just person suffers greatly, facing punishment and dishonor, ultimately leading to the realization that appearing just might be more advantageous than being truly just. This scenario raises questions about the true nature of happiness and virtue, suggesting that the unjust person may find more success and favor both in society and possibly from the gods compared to the just individual.
To conclude, based on the Ring of Gyges, since humans are in a way selfish, it is our own nature to commit injustice that will benefit us.
It is simply the laws that compel us to refrain from being unjust. Pero kung ang tao ay mabibigyan ng opportunity and freedom from consequences, humans will most likely disregard anyone else and pursue their self-interest.
This is because, sabi nga ni Glocon, humans do not act just for their sake, but in fear of the consequences of being unjust.
The world is changed. I feel it in the water. I feel it in the earth. I smell it in the air. Much that once was is lost, for none now live who remember it. It began with the forging of the Great Rings. 3 were given to the elves, immortal, wisest, and fairest of all beings. 7 to the dwarf lords, great miners and craftsmen of the mountain halls. And 9 rings were gifted to the race of men who, above all else, desire power. For within these rings was bound the strength and will to govern each race. But they were all of them deceived, for another ring was made. In the land of Mordor, in the fires of Mount Doom, the Dark Lord Sauron forged in secret a master ring to control all others. And into this ring he poured his cruelty, his malice, and his will to dominate all life. One ring to rule them all.